Hello, everyone. Welcome to another session of pre-scene in which we are going to cover our last part, right? And after that, we'll move on to the mocks, solving the mocks that I have predicted. And then I'm planning to solve at least one ACCA real question of charitable organization that was previously tested when it was 4 hours paper, right? We need to solve that as they are also the relevant one. You cannot say that, sir, these are not the relevant one. You cannot say that, right? So these are the relevant one, and they should be done, right? So let me share the screen first, cover the pre-scene, and then I'll let you know the further plan, right? So this is as far as the last part, right? In which what we have done, we have discussed these pages, I believe, right? The highlighted pages have been discussed. Background, mission, and values. You are starting knowing your companies, right? You are starting to know about your company, which itself is a better thing, right? Then background, mission and values, governance, board structure. That was complex. A two-tier board, right? We haven't seen any question in which the two-tier board are like board of uh, trustees and then board of EDs, right? So let's have a discussion on stakeholders now. Now, these are things that are left. We need to cover it today. So, stakeholders, guys. Now, whatever we are talking, just remember one thing, huh? Just remember one thing that whatever we are talking about our company, right? It's our company, not the industry, right? And you should be remembering the industry so that you should be knowing the trends that are followed in industry are being followed by ours or not, right? The trends that are being followed in the industry that are being followed by us or not, right? So details about key stakeholders of HP are given below. Now, our stakeholders. We know the stakeholders of the industry in which there were members, there were trustees, there was employees, there were volunteers, whatever. But for our historic places company, who are our key stakeholders? So one of the thing, the biggest number I see is 5 million members, guys. 5 million members. So HP has around 5 million members here, right? So it's great. It's a bigger number, annual memberships only. And now we offer annual memberships. Now this is something interesting. We do not offer monthly or weekly subscriptions, right? We offer annual memberships. Benefits of membership includes free admission to sites and regular newsletters and emails. Members have right to attend HP's annual general meeting. So members have annual, right, subscription. Okay, members have annual subscription, and apart from that, members have a right to participate in AGM, which itself is a good one. Now they can vote on the appointment of trustees, receive HP's annual report and financial statements, and approve the appointment of auditors. So members have the power, guys. What I read from here is members have the power, right? Members have the power. If you're a member of historic place, you have power to appoint the auditor, you have power to be in AGM, you're gonna be getting regular newsletters and emails. So you are kind of a powerful person. If members unite, so that means you guys are powerful. Now, they can also submit solutions which are not binding on the trustees, but which the trustees must take into consideration. So you are kind of a one, those cannot bind a trustee, right? You cannot bind a trustee. So it's the fact that you cannot bind a trustee, but at least they'll consider your request. So they cannot ignore you. Huh? So the thing is, members cannot be ignored by trustee, right? Oh, sorry, I guess my voice was colliding. So I hope it's fine and dine now, right? So the thing is that we were discussing that members cannot be ignored by trustees, right? Please confirm my voice and screen if it's clear. It's clear to me. So this paragraph tells us that we have 5 million members. We have annual memberships, no semi-annual, no monthly, no weekly. The members who gets newsletters and emails. Members have the right to attend AGM. They can vote on the appointment of trustees. Huh? They can vote on the appointment of trustees, HP's annual report, financial statements, appointment of auditors. They can also submit resolutions which are not binding on the trustees, but which the trustees must take into consideration. So members have the power, guys. Members have the power, guys, right? Then we have employees. Now, what's the power of employees? Huh? So has around HP now. Historic places is around 4,000 full and part time, right? We need breakup, like how much full time and how much part time. Knowing that, including staff who work for the wholly owned commercial subsidiary. They work at HP's head office and sites. Some have worked for HP for a long time. Generally, HP pays average salaries for jobs across the charity sector, which are lower than would be paid for equivalent jobs in a commercial organization. Now, understand this point. This is something important, right? The employees of ours work at HP head office and our sites. Sites are just kind of in offices where our employees sit, discuss, and all that, right? Now, some have worked for HP for a long time. So there are employees, right? There are employees, those who are associated with us for a long term, right? For a long term, right? So those who are associated with us for a long term. So generally, HP pays average salaries for jobs across the charity sector. So we pay also salaries as well, right? Now we pay salaries to the employees. Huh? There are certain employees those who work voluntarily, but majority of the employees are being paid salaries, right? Which are obviously lower. If a charity is being paid the salary, so that's gonna be lower. That's quite sure, right? That's the one you need to think of it. That's surely gonna be lower than the ones those who are getting salaries in a commercial organization. So it might be the case that charities might be missing out talent because of low salaries, right? Charities might be missing out talent because of low salaries. Now, many employees are prepared to accept lower salaries than they would obtain outside charity sector because of their commitment to HP's mission. And many employees are committed. The thing is, many employees are committed, right? Committed means they are willing to work. The thing is why? Because they think that HP is doing good. And there might be some employees who have some general affiliation with those places, right? If let's say if I historic place which belongs to my ancestors, so I would be playing a vital role in the employment of HP because I know that they are going to protect my particular place that belongs to me, right? Then we have volunteers. Now, HP has around 20,000 volunteers, right? It has around 20,000 volunteers who plays a very significant role into its operations. Now, predominantly, volunteers act as guides, work in catering facilities and shops, and help maintain sites. So, who are the volunteers? Those who are working as a guide, right? The language translator. Huh? Just give you an example from my Thailand tour. The language translator, right? The language translator working in catering facilities. The ones those who are giving the food out, shops and sites, right? Then we have a stakeholder. suppliers, and contractors. So suppliers and inventory policies of catering facility. Obviously, for catering, we must be buying food, right? We must be buying food, as without that, no one would be giving us the inventory and things, right? And shop is determined centrally by HP's procurement function. HP uses external contractors for regular site maintenance. Yeah, site maintenance also requires, site maintenance also requires major projects, right? Site maintenance also require major projects, right? And contractors for large single projects are employed on a one-off basis. Now, this is also an important term, that large contractors are not fixed one. This should be noted. They are not the fixed one. The one is that they are on one-off basis. So if any of the contract that is being large, so I'll hire a supplier who's gonna be one-off, right? So I'll negotiate like that. Like, this is the first time that we are dealing with you, and if your work is good, we might consider you in the future. We might consider you in future. So their work is right? Their work is like this. We might consider you in future, right? Now, what's IT system? Guys, what's IT system now? What's that, huh? So IT systems is something that information system should be adequate, and I believe that it leads to either big data, right? Or it leads to either cloud computing or any kind of data sciences. So this is gonna be a touch from that as well. So mark that as well, that these can be the requirements for those, like analyzing which customer wants history, so that they can design their strategy accordingly. Yeah. So are adequate for its administration needs and are fully compliant with data protection regulations. HP's computerized information system cover major operational functions, right? Cover major operational functions. So has a website, which is also discussed later on as well. This website is discussed later part as well, right? And guys, some of the students are asking that, so why are you too slow in analyzing this pre-scene? Guys, this is what your exam is, right? This should be analyzed slowly. This is what your exam is. The things that I'm making these annotated notes, that you should be going it again and again. This is your exam. Just the questions are gonna be coming in exam. The paper is with you, right? So which publicizes its activities and allows donations to be made and members to join. So there are separate web pages for each of HP's sites, including details about the site, such as its history, maps, facilities, and news, right? So histories, maps, facilities, and news. So website includes each and everything. So I guess a customer, when you include all these things, so I guess a customer for relationship management. Guys, these are the questions that I believe can be asked, and this would be too general. So you need to read a little bit theory about as it for it as well. The thing is that relationship management is a general scenario. They're not going to be giving you a data set for it. It's a general pattern that can be asked, right? So I'll be writing my guess here that IT related chapters, right? That big data, cloud computing, and customer relationship and customer relationship management. Okay, customer relationship management. Right now, risks. So a risk register had its head's office, charity-wide risk, including reputation, a significant one, right? Significant one. If your reputation is not good, you are not gonna be getting any donations. So a significant one. This is something I believe a significant one, right? So threats to reputation is that what we have, right? Now, Bad publicity about HP can lead to members not being willing to renew their membership. So see, you are a membership based model. So if you are associated with any bad reputable things, so that means no one would be renewing your membership, right? So renewal of membership gets at risk. Renewal of membership gets at risk, right? Then donors not being willing to donate and volunteers won't be willing to work. So you won't be losing out money, huh? Not just only money. So not just only money losing out, you'll be losing out at volunteers, your members, your many things, right? Other threats to income. Now, recession. See, if there's no money for eating out, how the people would enjoy the amenities and luxuries that you guys offer. The history, knowing about history is a luxury. So if there's a recession in Air Asia, so people's priority would be the food, the roti, kapda, makan, right? Clothes, shelter, and all that. They won't be subscribing to any of the thing that's going to be helping them. Okay, so willingness to donate to HP, visiting HP sites in one of the very many leisure activities available, families, and the risk that visits will become less popular, right? Because the major focus would be on major focus would be on what? Major focus would be on survival, right? Survival, reducing income from admissions and commercial activities. Okay. Now, loss of employees and volunteers. So, if employees and volunteers leave and cannot be easily replaced, then the experience offered to visitors to sites may be affected and the sites may be open less frequently. So, uh, leave and cannot be easily replaced, right? So, if it's leave and cannot be easily replaced, that experience offered to visitors to sites may be affected, right? And the sites may be open less frequently. See, the catering facilities are because of the volunteers. The sites might be visited because of the volunteers, as your volunteers are the one, as your volunteers are the one, those who promotes and provides you free services. So if this thing stop, so it automatically would reduce the visitors, right? If volunteers or members are not there, so it would reduce travel of visitors, because there might be some visitors that used to come because of that member. That might be some visitor, and if the members or volunteers are keep changing, so adequate training, right? If there's no adequate training, so that means no communication, and if you're not communicating history, right, so no visitors as well. If history is not being communicated, so no visitors, so this is again a risk. So sir, what can be the uh requirements? So requirements are quite simple here, that they might ask you the mitigation techniques of those risks. Guys, my mock would include these transactions or these requirements, right? The mocks that I used to make is going to be including these particular questions, right? Now, insufficient financial resources. So if income is less than expected or needed, HP may not have the financial resources to carry out all necessary conversation work, right? So financial resources always a risk. Poor performance by supplier, yeah. If the goods provided are not good, right? Like not good food, so that means not good mood of visitors, right? So not good food, not good mood, right? Can reduce visitors satisfaction. So poor performance by contractors can mean that HP does not obtain value for money and may also jeopardize the conversation of buildings. and may also jeopardize the conservations of buildings, right? So not obtain value for money, not obtaining uh the satisfaction like the contractors. And here's not only the food, right? The antiqueness of the buildings that should be remain, right? Should be remain like that, just like people wanted to see. If you have know-how about Universal Studios, I recently went there. So I'm a big fan of Harry Potter, right? So what I wanted as a visitor is that there should be the same scenery that we used to see in the movies. If there isn't that antiqueness of the movie, that means I'm not satisfied. And if I'm not satisfied, so that's for sure that not gonna come again and would do negative marketing. But believe me, guys, that was something that I never expected. I rejoined my childhood there in those studios, right? So the reason is that their suppliers or contractors did well. They didn't do the poor performance, right? You should do on the Google as well. Now these are the historical sites, guys. It's the not to any realness, but again, it's kind of an history. A childhood history, a childhood likeness, right? So therefore, I commented here. Then we have a risk of health and safety. This is for sure that people working at visiting sites, right? This is for sure gonna be a particular issue that these can affect people working at and visiting the sites. Sites have potential hazards, including slippery surfaces, so steep staircase, right? And so they can be I must say, legal consequences. Huh? There can be legal consequences if any of health issue arises, right? If any of health issue arises, so there can be legal consequences, right? There can be legal consequences. Now, extreme weather may also create hazardous conditions at time. Huh? So hazardous conditions at time. Now, then climate and weather. So poor weather can affect visitor number at sites where visitors are wholly or mostly outdoors, right? So the thing is that if there's not good weather, not good tourists, right? So this is again a risk. One more requirement that I believe that risk would arise is risks and heat maps, right? Risk and heat maps. They might ask you to make a heat map of all this risk. Plot how much impact is there, how much probability is there. Answer any similar question which heat map was asked. Yeah, the question was DCS. I have uploaded it on my YouTube channel. You can see that. So heat map is being asked there, right? Heat map is being asked there. So extreme weather, high winds or rain, obviously. No good, not good weather. Not good tourist, right? Not good weather, not good tourists, right? Then cybersecurity. Now, what's that? So it's computer systems face the risk of disruption, jeopardizing its administration and the services which it provides. Leakage of data held about members. Yeah, there are members, there are donors, right? And more importantly, if the donors' data, if their money data is sacrificed or confidentiality breaches occurs, the donors might not be donating. The donor is earning a lot, so they might be donating a lot. And if that donation is being known by many people, they might expect the earnings estimate of that donor. That's what a normal human do, right? And the donors doesn't want to that. So therefore, you shouldn't be disclosing, or there should be controls of members, donors, and their donation data and all that. Otherwise, it could lead to loss of reputation, unwillingness, and all that, right? Uh, then we have website cover. That's not that much important. And then we have these KPIs. So let's do. So our key actions are inspire. We are here now. HP advertisers. Consider you are the employee of HP, right? So HP advertises that we are here to inspire. We want to inspire everyone who visits us imaginative and authentic ways stimulate our visitors' minds and provoke their emotions, right? So we want to provoke their emotions. Okay. Then we have assess. Now, what's assess? History. Yeah, this is what we sell, right? This is what we sell, right? This is what we sell. Everyone lives. We want our visitors to have the privilege of standing on the spot where history happened and to live our country's story. Engage and entertain. What's that? We want everyone who visits us to love, they spend with us, we engage our visitors, bringing fascinating true stories, right? And the story should be fascinating. The normal stories, the visualized stories are not that much. So they need visuals, they need fascinations, right? We used to create imaginations, right? They're involved, right? And we want to provide opportunities to engage with us. So there are opportunities as well where you can ask questions. There are asking questions aloud. There are getting the more information. If you want, we are here. We are here to involve with you guys. If you take interest, we're gonna be taking interest double fully. We're gonna be questioning or replying you at a greater pace, or a pace that you ask a question, right? Any questions, guys? Here, then we rely on the generous support of members, donors, volunteers, and you want to build our relationships with them. Huh? We want to build our relationships with them. Then we have conserve. Now, what's that? Sites protection. That's important. This is one of the important aims of our. This is one of the important aims of ours, right? So, looking after them for the benefit of present and future generation, central to everything which we do. We aim to preserve and develop our collections, increasing our understanding through expert research, right? Expert research. So, how we conserve? By researching, right? Benefits. Why we conserve? To provide benefits to future generations. On this is the website that markets us. Like, we are here to inspire. We are here to assess. We are here to engage. We are here to involve. We are here to conserve. We are here to sustain, right? So this is the thing that we're gonna be doing, right? This is the thing that we gonna be doing. Okay, so future of our sites, right? We limit our impact by using greener energy, minimizing waste, and increasing use of recycled resources, right? So increasing the use of recycled resources that we have, right? So our performance is measured against increasingly sustainability targets. So preserving doesn't mean that you're gonna be sacrificing sustainability. Yeah, not not gonna be sacrificing sustainability. That's important factor. That's important factor. But more or less, this is a website extract which I believe is more of marketing. It promotes you guys a lot, right? It gives your aims, your values, your reason of existence, right? So it is a lot to be given here, right? You must be knowing that what you have marketed in website. So here comes the income in millions. So we are at a growing at lower pace. We are not growing at a higher pace. Here, the pace was high, medium, and then low. So we are growing at a lower pace, right? Then split of income. So membership income is this, then donations. So there's not that much donations and difference in admission and catering, but this is significant. So that means you cannot do anything that drops your membership. You cannot do anything that drops the membership, right? So expenses have grown at higher pace, I believe. Higher pace versus income. If you see, the income is at grown at a lower pace, right? Had grown at a lower pace. Now this is at a higher pace, right? So this is also going great. Then we have site operating expenses, right? Site operating expenses now. What's that? Site expenses. So site operating, maintenance, administration. So administration is always the lower one, and this is only of 1 year. Then this is of 4 years. This is of 1 year, and this is of 4 years, right? So combined set of data. Number of visitors increased. Okay, so if they are increased, that why not increase in revenue? Now that's a question, right? There might be members, those who are free, right? So they haven't provided breakup of it. We need to understand that if that has grown high, so why the revenue hasn't grown that much high? Why the line of revenue is not on an upward trend, right? And then number of members, right? And then number of members here, those are in millions, right? So again, 4 year set of data. Members have increased, visits have increased, income is kind of increased. Major income drive for membership, major expenses, then major expenses is off site operating. So now we can say that we know many things about this industry and many things about this company, right? So, sir, when you will share this annotated notes that I have made, guys, just text me on my WhatsApp number. Here it is, and I'll send you this. Don't worry, I'll I'll send you this, right? I'll send you this, uh, this annotated notes that I have made. I guess, guys, today's date is 24th Feb, right? 24th Feb is today's date, right? So yeah. So your exam is going to be on 4th. So we have approx 9-10 days, right? Oh, sorry, it's a 28th month. So we can say a week. So pre-scene, we have done here on 24th Feb. If someone has taken my all classes, you just need this annotated notes that I'm going to share in the group itself. So no worries, right? Then mock based on pre-scene, mock 1 is already released, right? Mock 1 released. The answer of mock 1 will be released on 25th Feb. I'll upload a class discussing the answers, right? I'll upload a class, right? In discussing the answer. So that will be in the part of the crash course, right? Second mock is uploaded on LMS, right? Mock 2 uploaded on LMS. Now mark the date, 28th Feb 25. You have to solve this in exam time and send it for marking, right? You have to solve this in exam time and you have to send it for marking, right? So 3 hours and 15 minutes. So my checking time would be 1 day SLA. My service level agreement will be 1 day SLA. So one you can attempt. You have to attempt that 28 Feb, right? Then this NCCP and BCO. These are the charitable questions, right? But of previous SBL pattern. So I believe you should be attempting that as well. I might upload one, right? Either NCCP or BCO. I might upload one answer of mine, like at 1st March or 2nd March. I believe I'll upload one answer and that's it. You need to read the examiner answers. You need to do all these things and this plan, and that's it. That's just for SBL, right? So guys, if you are not enrolled in the crash course, this would be the last class that I'm posting on my channel. So make sure that you guys take enrollment for the mocks and all. And this is the last class. This notes will be shared after this class. And if there are any questions, I'm writing my WhatsApp again for you so that you can contact me. At least come in contact. Do share your doubts so that we can discuss. So it's 92-331-2623-849, right? So this is all from my side. See you in the
upcoming crash sessions. Thank you.